man. Tired of this.
Good morning, my darling wife.
Don't tell me no morning, none at all. I'm tired.
Is everything okay, my beloved?
I tired that they got a host. They try to talk to Picnic to know what they want, know about what they care about, all of that. Like, this not stressing out. This alone stupidness, man. I tired.
My darling wife, is everything all right?
You see me the trip right now, y'all ask me if everything all right. I'm not happy right now, man. I tired. I want the people that voice. I want the youth voice to matter. I want it to be able to be heard from everywhere around.
Okay.
But it's hard to go to host. They try to get now people. You know how hard it is to go to all of them. How much population we got? You make up 70%, brother. 70%.
It's really something to think about, my beloved. It's really something to think about.
You know what? Let's make us rest my brains right now. I'll figure this out. I'll live my best life. It's okay.
Renata, you report.
God, that you?
You report.
Wait, you report? What about you report? What are you report?
Free messaging tool. You don't have to go from host to host.
You serious?
You report.
How it work? Tell me.
Facebook and WhatsApp.
Only that?
Free SMS.
SMS too?
Free.
Free thing. Everybody like free thing.
You report.
You report.
Baby, okay?
It came to me in a dream. I don't know the what. You report. We got it.
Okay.
Let's go. We got this. We both do it now.
All right. And there you have it as a prelude into our show for our segment. We have Renata Samuels, Jared Cain, and Hasani Martinez. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us in the first place.
Excellent acting.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Fridays. You know, it's a pleasure to have you guys as well. That much we could tell you. You know, there's so many things we can discuss when it comes to, when it comes to children's rights.
Yeah.
You know, but I want for us to dive directly into Children's Right Day Prelude. What are we talking about here? What? I see the report on your shirt. Everybody got on some nice one too.
Yeah.
My gosh, tell us about
We had
it.
the black one when I bring that one too, you know? The diversity, you know?
So tell us about it.
What your report really is.
Yeah.
So, if I'm here when God tell me, it's basically a free messaging tool. Right now we have it through WhatsApp and Messenger, but we're getting SMS. We just signed on an MOU with Smart and Digicel. So meaning when we send out these messages, even if you don't have no credit, your phone broke as could be, you can send out a message and sign on to your report. So we're getting a bundle from Smart and Digicel. So we have the 3 ways to get through to people. And we thought, you know, it's something from UNICEF, and we said it's going to work for Belize. We're the 3rd Caribbean country to sign on to it, which is amazing to me, because you know sometimes Belize, we linger and we are like the last one to try to sign on to things, but we're the 3rd, and we're actually really pushing forward with this. Trinidad signed on this year, we signed on this year, Jamaica signed on 2 years ago.
Okay.
So basically, it's a free messaging tool that you gather data. So you send out polls, you can send out information as well through it. So you're on your phone all the time.
Yeah.
You always receive a message all the time. You answer easily. It's ready for you right there. So what your report does, we send you a poll through Messenger or WhatsApp, completely anonymous, completely confidential. So even though it's on your Messenger and also on your WhatsApp or so, we don't know it's you.
When you respond.
Yes, on a whole, when you register, we don't know it's you. So you're kind of like, you know about Excel and how they filter out things?
Yeah.
When you register, you get about like 6 questions. They ask you if you want it in English or Spanish. They ask you if you're male, female, if you prefer not to say. They ask you about your age, your area, so Belize District, Orange Walk. Then they ask you if you're in the city, like urban or rural area. Then they ask you if you're in school or out of school. And basically those answers filter out on the population. So when someone answers, we know exactly this these amount of people ages 13 to 15 in school in Orange Walk don't know about this or they know about this or so forth, and they answer so like that. And
So your target audience is?
we have a target audience of 13 to 30, but it's for everybody. Because at the end of the day, we want to hear everybody's voices. But right now, we're stressing for the youth because, as you've seen in the skit, we make up 70%.
That is true.
Yeah.
And a key thing to note is that youths, we are the backbone of the society. I mean, we are the ones who renew, refresh through leadership. And through leadership, remember, you older folks will go over and beyond to the other side of life.
John, buckle
You
up.
just call it all right time.
Yo. I mean, it is the reality. I mean, we can separate the reality from the ideal, and us youths showing leadership and showing a way where we can move forward at the refreshment of our society. You call it like when you're on browser, you refresh. That we are the youths, the leader, how we show leadership and how we innovate ourselves for tomorrow, for a better tomorrow in regards to how youths are going to uplift themselves in society. Like, come on, we have youths that are in the city council. We have youths even on the opposition side. Youths are having a voice.
Yeah.
And it stands back to what we actually have on our youth reporter team. Your voice matter.
That is our
You understand?
logo.
So if we're embracing that and being that youths, we make up what society will be in the future. Come on. Let us embrace it. Let us support this ideal organization. Let us support this youth report agenda. I mean, I'm the youth recruiter. What I do, I actually get out youths to be involved, to be a part of the app that Renata explained, whereby you'll get the message whereby it tells you to join. When it tells you to join, they will have some automated message that you will respond to after that and thereafter. And it's very easy. And as I tell you, it's anonymous. It's not something whereby your name will be there, but as a member, your opinion will be there. What you discuss, it's an avenue to know what youth are thinking and what youth want to discuss and different agendas that you have that they bring across to the society.
I do object and say, though, that sometimes when we do the recruitment, we realize that some people think that the message is that you send out what you feel. So, like, you get the message and you type to your mommy, I feel this way, Bex about something or whatever. It's not like that. The way how the year report works is we send out polls. And then we have the answers already there for you, like ABC, a multiple choice thing. So you answer based on that. But however, many times we have the option of other, where you get to put in your idea. If your feeling is not there, then you can put in the other. And it's normally about 5-6 questions we ask you, so it's not going to take up all the time. And what we do with the information is we pass it on to the necessary stakeholders like Ministry of Health or Ministry of Education. But however, it's not just limited to them, because if you go on our website, you see everything up there. All the polls, all the answers, how much males answered, how much females answered, in which district has the most percentage, everything is
So
on
let's get
here.
to some of that kind of statistics. Where do you have the most traction?
The most people right now,
People responding, yeah.
I think it's
Belize
Belize City
City,
because we've been working a lot trying to get out district. That were before, but we're not trying to focus, but we have a lot of recruiters in Belize district right now. We're getting people out district as well. So right now we have more in Belize district, but a lot of people out district are answering a lot too as well. It's just because we have a little bit more numbers in Belize district. That's the only thing. But because of WhatsApp, because we just recently got on the WhatsApp, it was originally Messenger first. And because of WhatsApp, a lot more people have been signing on because it's much more convenient for them. A lot of people are actually moving out from Messenger as much as WhatsApp. So it's right there. And you just send in and then it comes to you real quick.
So
And gender-wise?
Gender-wise. Sadly, we have more female. And I say sadly, although I'm a female, but I want the males to be more involved, right? That's my big focus too, because I feel like we pushed out males a little bit out of the picture, looking at all the women being involved in politics, involved in everything at the forefront, and then males are kind of falling short, right? And I want the males to be more involved. We have more female reporters than males.
So, it seems to definitely be the platform for the youths to actually be heard. The initiative, how long did it come around? How long did you guys put this together? And then when you get the answers, what's going to happen there?
So it's been around from about, it's March.
Yeah,
March.
March.
We started just March.
You report.
Yes, it was signed off and everything because it's something off UNICEF. So basically, they got partners. Like I'm from the Department of Youth Services,
I'm from BFLA.
BFLA, and like we have a recruiter and so forth. We get the recruiters from different walks of life and so forth. And we basically come together with this one goal of getting people registered in the first place. So it's really off of UNICEF. And now it's a couple months old, like a good amount, because it's November now. So
Yeah, March to November, push around 6-7 months.
yeah, and it's a still baby process right there. And with the answers, like I said, we passed it on to the stakeholders. We actually had an amazing poll with child union. And a lot of people, when I even go out to the recruitments and I ask schools and I ask people that are out of school, do you know that there's child unions in Belize, early child unions?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, no, Belize don't have that.
They don't know.
But we have it. The polls show it. And because of that, we had a workshop at Biltmore, I believe.
Yeah.
And we were drafting up a concept map, if I'm not mistaken, to actually help with that issue. But it's just showing you just like at a small scale, what happens when people answer. And this is because we don't even have the amount that we want as yet. So imagine if we start getting a lot of people to register.
What happens, because it brings to my mind one of the reasons why we have like low voter turnout is because people feel that they're not heard, and then we tend to forget the fact that the masses are actually the bosses. But because of the rhetoric that is being mentioned to us, we tend to believe something else, and then we tend to stay in a shell. So if I'm linked up with your report and I have a concern or my voice is heard, how do we make the whatever is being heard actually be implemented?
Make it actually be implemented?
Yes.
Well, the information we take it, we get the consensus, like a data, like statistics, right? And we would take it to the stakeholders, and they plan their policies and programs more around what we bring to them. That's why I always push and I tell everybody, the recruiters, that we need to get people registered, but we need to get them to answer as well. Stress the answering, because nobody's going to take this to a policymaker and say, well, we had about 30 people that want to do this, but you could please push this into your program, please?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that. But if you go to a policymaker, you go to Ministry of Health or Ministry of Education and tell them about 170,000 people think that you should be implementing this. Now, that's a number there.
Yeah.
That's something that you need to look. How are you going to just look at this and say, you know what, we're not going to put this in when 170,000 people are for this? So we don't have a guarantee and tell them they have to put it in. But the reason why we have it is having them to have that extra eye. As you saw in the skit, it's hard to go from door to door to find out what they need or what they want. So having that extra eye to help them know, okay, these are what the people are saying. These are what they want. And we actually ask, every time we go out, we ask people, what do you think we should be talking about on your report? What are the polls supposed to be talking about, asking? And people give amazing opinions.
I think it's when we actually did sessions at DYS explaining the whole year report. It's about like an hour max.
About 2 hours. 2 hours to do the whole actual training.
Yeah. And what we do is we have discussions, interaction with the different youth coming in, and we get some really good responses from them. We ask them to participate in activities. We ask them to sell your report in a sense. How would you get your friends to, join your report? And some of them do some really good skits, and they do their little jingles and what's not. And it's really amazing how people within such a short time process the information and say, well, I grasp the idea and, I'm with the bandwagon and I should share it with my friends. So that alone in itself is saying something.
I want to go back to one thing that Renata said, and that's the lower participation by males. As 2 males, what is the sentiment? In a lot of other countries, developing countries, female participation or barriers to female participation are high. What are the barriers why men are not participating? I know men don't access the healthcare system, they don't do this. Is this a trend that we see in young people that, again, men are not plugging in to the systems that they can serve them well?
Oh, well, when it comes to that, it comes to also the educational aspects of things. We need to, this organization is very, very good when it comes to that. We can educate men and say, you know what, it's okay. Because remember, Europort is not only in Belize, you know, this is an international thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so Belize needed, we needed this Europort to be, if you travel a lot when it comes to Trinidad, Jamaica, they are actually youths who are involved and they actually have a voice. A lot of youth activities you see going on. But in Belize, we have a lot of youth activities going on as well, but something that renowned it to be more organized. This is where we have the Europort. For men to be more involved, we will talk to them, listen, it's okay to do this. Because sometimes you always, as youth, sometimes you just need that push and that consistency. And this is what this group will have. Consistency in regards to demanding youth participation. And we will have things whereby we'll attract them as well. I mean, that's why I'm a part of the group. I always try to be a part of a group that is very organized, and youths are like that. I represent a lot of youths. Renata represents a lot of youths, majority of youths, and my brother here represents a whole other entire majority of the youths as well. I mean, youths are like youths along with ourselves. We know how they think and we know how they, in regards to how they would want to express themselves, and this is what the Europort stands for.
In a conversation we had yesterday with engagement, for example, I like this as an option because UB and the social sector senators are reaching out in terms of the referendum and ICJ. Is that something that is on the radar when it comes to Europort to see how young people feel? Are they engaged? Do they think they have enough information? I'm asking that question from the point of view that you talk about polling young people, but where do the polls have their genesis? You know, is it tied into what's happening in society currently? How do you come up with the polls?
Well, me and Renata, we're on the steering committee. So what we do, me, her, and our other partners, we would sit in our meetings and we would go over different teams that are going on. Sorry.
That's okay.
Different teams that are going on right now in our community. So right now, I think the most recent one is Children's Day.
That's coming up soon, and we actually have something happening tomorrow where we're going to be interviewing a whole pile of kids and asking them their thoughts on Children's Day and how they would feel we should express Children's Day and stuff like that. Why is it important to them? And we're going to feature that on our page, as well as try to push for it to be featured on a poll and as a commercial, so people can know what these kids are saying and what they feel. So we our polls are normally based on what's current, what's relevant, what's happening. And then we go accordingly. It's not every day you get a poll. It's not every week you get a poll. So it's based on what's happening, the big issues, or so like say something, a mass shooting happened, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be asking about that. And you mentioned the ICJ. We had that discussion in our last meeting about it, but not going about it in the way of educating the people in any kind of way, but asking them what are their thoughts and how do they feel about it. Do they feel that they're even being addressed? Do they feel that they're going to vote? Have they even registered in the first place? Because we're pushing this ICJ, but have we even thought about, are people registered?
That's first and foremost.
Because you can't vote in ICJ if you're not registered in the first place. So like stuff like that we want to ask about.
So sitting here having the discussion, having the conversation, you've captivated a lot of youths, a lot, but they want to be recruited now. Talk to us about the recruiting process.
When it comes to the recruiting process, as I mentioned, there are several ways to recruit. The WhatsApp, we also have Messenger, and we also have the text message, via text message. What happens, you get a link on the WhatsApp that you click. When you click that link, when you click that link, you'll have this option automated whereby you can join. You press join, it will automatically show, and from there, it will ask you a few questions. You know, when you answer the questions, at the end of it, it will tell you congratulations for being a Europort. Now you're a part of the Europort. From there, it's a very short process, not very complicated, because you know, as youths, we don't really like a lot of complications. I mean, trust me, I'm a representative of youth. I know how youth usually would react. But as a youth recruiter, which is what I do, that is a very easy process. And on Messenger, it's the very same thing. It's automated as well, right? Whereby
For Messenger, yeah, it's just a little bit different because you could do it two ways for Messenger. You can either go on the page and go like you report Belize, and then there's gonna be a part that says sign up, and you just press that, and as you press that, it's gonna talk to you right then, and they're like,
exactly, it's very
I
automated.
love the responses from kids when we do this with them because like they look at me, Miss, this thing to talk to me, Mister, you to talk to me. I'm like, no, it's a system, but it's so automatic. If you spell something wrong, it tells you, sorry, they didn't get that. Can you please answer with this? And it gives you the option, so it's so easy to understand.
You don't call you dumb.
You don't call it dumb. No. And like for the WhatsApp too, besides from the link, you can get the number, and you can save the number and send join to it, and then you can sign up to be a reporter too as well.
Let me challenge you all in another way, because I think this is a great tool to get young people to have their voices heard and to show that it can make a difference. I think earlier the whole generational divide, while policies are being shaped, they're being shaped by older people, right? And youth voices are necessary to shape those policies. But there needs to be a connection between the two generations. I think very often we think somehow we're traveling down different roads. We want the same thing. I think very many older persons want to pass the baton, so to speak, to young people to continue the development, the progress, etc. It shouldn't be a situation where it's almost like government, you change party and you stop the work because, it's going to pluralism.
That makes somebody else part.
How does this tool actually facilitate that? Because you all have a responsibility as well. It's not just the rights to be heard, but you also have a responsibility because with the challenges, for example, it's worrisome that you still have men at all ages disengaging from a system. So how do you, my challenge is really to have a connection in terms of the generations, across generations, but also make it facilitate the whole passing on, that there's a transition, because that's the only way development will continue. We can't stop at each generation and start over again because there's a different way to maneuver the world. So I like the fact that you talk about the tool being, and your focus is on youth, but I think, getting older people to understand the technology and to see that this can continue the work that they've started. It's a good way for you to have continuity, right? So that's just my challenge, because that's one of the thoughts that I have as we're sitting here. This is a really excellent tool, and I think the way to get, I like the you because it focuses on your responsibility. You have, if you want to matter, you have to speak up, Final question, not that was a question, but my final question, because we're fast running out of time. In terms of the reception from out of school youth, because when you're in school, your mentality is different. What has been the reception from out of school youth across the country?
Well, for me, when we do the recruitment for the out of school, they're actually really fascinated by it. And they like the idea that they're included into as well, because it says in one of the one of the questions, are you in school or out of school? So like they feel a sense of, I'm included, like I'm going to actually be filtered in this. They're fascinated to know that we're going to be talking about issues that address them. And because they have free time, they want to know more. A lot of people that are actually recruited are actually out of school. So for the in-school ones, it's easier for us because we know we can go to the schools or so. But out of school youth, they're right there recruiting just as well. So I feel like the response is good on both sides. Maybe it is more receptive sometimes in the schools because you have a teacher right there and all of that. But from me, what I've done my recruitment, I don't know about them, but the out of school, they actually like the idea. And because they're always on their phone, they're like, this is easy, I could just, and they like the quickness of it. Because no one likes to be bombarded with something long. Like, especially when we do the registration. People always are like, the registration is so quick. And the thing is that I don't go sometimes to go actually ask someone to be a recruiter. They actually want to do it.
Yeah.
They tell me, Miss, I could have go talk to people about this. And they're like, would you want to be a recruiter? Like, yes, miss. So like, that's what happens, because when you see the necessity, you see how quick and easy it is, it's something you want to sell.
Yeah.
So before we end, how do people connect with your report? What are the venues? How easy is it if I'm a young person or an older person and I want to connect with this and find out more about it? Where do I go?
You Report Belize. We have a Facebook page.
You Report Belize.
You Report Belize. That's it. You go right there on our Facebook page, you sign up. We have the website
And if I don't have
there.
Facebook?
If you don't have Facebook, you have to go on WhatsApp.
Yes, exactly.
So
And
how
then-
do you get it on WhatsApp if you don't have Facebook?
Well, you can go to directly to the link afterwards, because they give you a link of all the answers. After you answered your poll, they actually send you a link telling you about where you can go to see the answers. So we show you that we're not just taking your answers and doing nothing with it. You can press that link and go directly to the web, because it goes to the website or the Facebook page really. And there's like a website connected to the Facebook page. So even if you don't have Facebook, we got you.
Got
There's a
you.
website.
John and William, you can try it, because you're still youth yourself. I mean,
And I like the idea that you were talking about connecting everybody, because honestly, when we go to different schools or we go out, sometimes people ask me like, I'm in my 30s, can I register? I'm like, of course
ma'am.
we aim for 13 to 30, but it's not limited to that number. We're just trying to focus on that number a little bit, because it's a 70% that we have in Belize.
Yeah.
And we're always complaining, our youth don't have a voice.
It's happy.
You would never get heard. And,
you know, a lot of senior folks say they wish that this would have been a part of their society. I mean,
Back
they
then.
say, man,
Back
back then
then,
if
yeah.
we had this close link in regards to getting in connection with youths, I mean, like ourselves. So we're in a generation that we're lucky.
That's right.
Yes.
And I think that should be underscored, and it comes with some responsibility.
Absolutely.
You have a tool, use it, that's the challenge.
And I
really,
encourage
to get-
other people to like go on the website. If you want to do a program, a policy, you don't need to wait for these big policy makers to do it.
Yeah.
Go on the program and say, you know what, we have so much percentage in this for that pool. Let's start up something. Go to Department of Youth Service, go to UNICEF, go to BFLA, go to whatever organization you see deals with this and say, hey, I see Albion Fox, I want to start something out.
Exactly. And your voice matters. So be a part of
All
it.
right.
Be a part of it.
Thank you guys very much
Thank
for joining
you.
us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
All
you.
right. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, it'll be with fitness instructor Robert Howes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.